You already know what it do. It's your girl, Black Pop. Queen Capital, Queen Tri-State, top of the capital, top of the Tri-State, Holy Trinity, the High Priest of the Prophets. The original Black Queen, the first Black Queen. I only came on here to say this. With everything going on with ICE, it forced us to really look at what reality is. And it's kind of a gift and a curse, because with everything going on politically, it forced all the other races to admit that Black people were right. So now that it's Black people were right time, it's time to do the right thing and put the dark-skinned woman first. 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 Put dark-skinned people first. In particular, I have to say put the dark-skinned woman first, because Harriet Tubman is the one who freed the slaves. Then Martin Luther King came and made peace. At the end of the day, the dark-skinned woman did the most of the heavy lifting. Martin Luther King has Martin Luther King Day and his birthday. This is why I said, put the dark-skinned woman first. In the end times in the Bible, the Lord said, the first shall be the last, and the last shall be the first. So do the right thing and put the dark-skinned woman first, because the light-skinned woman, she already got everything she wanted. She knows she's the daughter. She came from my vagina. I created her. I created the Dominican Miami and any other woman that came from the Black woman first. Put the dark-skinned woman first and do the right thing. Because at the end of the day, anybody that disagrees with that just wants things to stay the same and give power to the white supremacy, especially if you're light skinned. The dark skinned woman is the first woman of all civilization. You came out of my vagina. I was here first. And now that we're at the place where we can't ignore it, now that we're at a place where the racism is dead in our face, go ahead and acknowledge that colorism while you're at it. And now that we're at a place where other races are finally going through what Black people went through, and now that they want our help, put the dark-skinned woman first. Put the dark-skinned woman first. Put the dark-skinned woman first. Because it doesn't matter how high vibrational you get, how spiritual you are. The reality will always be the difference will be between our colors. Because one thing about spiritual people, the namaste people, once you start talking about that colorism and race, that's when they get upset, and you see all the shit that they haven't worked on, all the things that they want to ignore because it's too uncomfortable for them. But yet you're so healed and evolved. So now that they want to admit that Black people were right, put the dark-skinned woman first, because she did most of the work. So to my dark-skinned people, I hope you've been doing your job. I hope you've been being good, because the Lord has come back to get his chosen people. And the truth is, yeah, everybody knows it's harder for dark-skinned people. That reality is harder to master. But just because that is true doesn't mean that all dark-skinned people actually continued to wait and continue to be the example of the chosen. So and it's just admit it. The world has to admit that Black people are God's chosen people, because we're the ones who get tested the most. But specifically, darker skinned people. And my specific advice to dark skinned people is there is a way out of, the unfairness of it. And the truth is, being the standard. Be the standard. Master something and be the standard. You have to be perfect because you're the original human being. Be the standard. Master your skill. And you have to separate yourself in order to be seen, because when you're amongst certain crowds and certain circles, they're gonna put you last unless you separate yourself. And you really have to master something that you actually care about and advocate for yourself. Because I can only speak for myself, you know what I mean? Like, but also advocate for yourself, because at some point, it does not matter how high vibrational you are. We have to acknowledge the reality that's in front of us, because that's always going to be the answer. And truthfully, that's how the world is vain. People will like you because you're dark skinned. People hate you because you're dark skinned. And the only way for dark skinned people to get their just due is to be the standard and master their skills. Because black people love talking about reparation. Okay, so tell us why you deserve it. You still got to tell the world why you deserve it. Like, you still have to put in some type of work. It's not, you can't just sit here and think that, because your ancestors did the work. What did you do present day? You still have to do the work present day. You have to be the standard. And the truth is, you also have to understand that in certain circles where you have to always be like, oh, it's because I'm dark skinned, maybe that's just not the circle for you. And you need to go to a place where they appreciate you more. And that's why it's very, well, as far as Black pop goes, I have to acknowledge that the difference between, we love our hood people, but at the same time, like, we still need to have our affluent Black people, because a hood bitch's worst nightmare is a sophisticated Black woman who knows her history that comes from a worse circumstance than she does, because then she has no excuse to keep being a piece of shit and keep being a tyrant and a bully because she's Black. Yeah. You gotta put it like that, because nobody else can tell it to you like that, because I can tell it to you like that because I'm darker than all of y'all. And I did the work. And I'm still doing the work. And the truth is, when you have to wait longer for certain things as a dark skinned person, when you get it, it comes with more authority, and they trust you because you're dark skinned. Everybody knows that it takes longer for you because you're the original person. You created this whole world. I know. But at some point, yeah, and this is why secretly with the whole thing with ICE, it forces us to see the reality of the differences between us as humans through color, because now they want to call on Black people. Oh, Black people were right. And truly, Black people deserve to sit this out and let people fight on their own. But if Black people do feel like standing up, because in my heart of hearts, I feel like it don't even matter. Like, humanity is humanity. I don't want that happening to anybody. Just because it happened to me, we don't have to continue the cycle of the trauma that the slave master started. We don't have to continue that. If you still want to fight for your brethren in the name of humanity, kudos to you, and I want to clap for you, because at the end of the day, this is why God chose it. This is why Black people are the chosen one. Because we're the ones who got tested the most. You have to separate yourself as a dark-skinned person to stand out and advocate for yourself while being the standard, because a lot of times people don't want to hear you cry about it until you become a standard and they can see how they can benefit off of you because you're dark-skinned. Because there's always, as much as there is a negative, there's always the positive. You just have to look for it. If there's negative, there's positive. Because yet it may take you longer as a dark skinned person, but when you get it, you get way more respect. It means way more, because everybody knows that being dark skinned is the most challenging reality to master. And at some point, you just have to acknowledge it. It's because you're dark skinned. So how are you going to make that a good thing? That's all you got to ask yourself. And when you're able to look yourself in the mirror and understand that, it's almost comical. It's like, yeah, it is because I'm black. But, you know, when you're able to just finally acknowledge that in a certain type of way, certain things don't hurt as much. And you know how these spiritual people, they don't want you to see the difference between you and them, so they can keep pulling on your energy in a certain way that you don't know about. And I really feel like that needs to be acknowledged, because a lot of people be like, oh, it's not about color. Yes, it is. It's not about race. It always will be. And that's the fact. At the end of the day, black people are chosen, are God's chosen people, and not all dark-skinned people are gonna get to come. Because have you been doing your work? What have you been working on? Have you been doing your work? Did you finish your homework? Did you clean your room? Because the Lord has come to get his people now, because things are getting real. And now that black people were right, they're gonna start. Universe is gonna start reviewing certain things. Have you done your work? If not, you're just gonna have to wait. You're just gonna have to wait, because you didn't think that God was coming back for you, and he is. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, this is the perfect moment to point that out. Because any other time, it's so hard to talk about race and colorism. But now that black people are right, they have no choice but to hear what we have to say now. Because black people were right. Yeah. So to my dark-skinned sisters out there, I love y'all. And I know the queen is high acidity, uppity, nose stuck in the air, because I need y'all to have something to reach higher for. I'm just trying to be an example, and I have to. In order to do that, I still have to separate myself from y'all in a certain way, but at the end of the day, still be able to teach y'all and just keep it 100. You know? Yeah. And what else do I want to say? Like, that's about it. Yeah, use it to your benefit. You can always use being dark skinned to your benefit when you are the standard. Be the standard. Be the best. Just be the best. It may take a while, but at some point, people are going to have no choice but to give it to you, because sometimes when things have been given so much to light-skinned people, it keeps them at a certain mediocre level, because they've never had to work that hard. And when you're the one who really learned something in a certain type of way, they won't be able to know more than you in a certain type of way, because you really had to do the groundwork from your bloody hands. You know? And let's be real, like sometimes light-skinned people, they benefit in ways that they're not going to tell you, but because they're black, they know that they can rest on that to get more things. It's just true. And it's not to say that you're not God's chosen too, but we have to be very specific in this 3D, 5D dimension, because this is 5D now. This is about your vibration, but at the same time, vibration does not take away from the fact that we still have to look at the reality of things. And that's the difference between me and you. And that will always be the reason why. So that's the message that I have. Because someone has to say, because I know a lot of times as dark-skinned people, we don't want to have to bring it up, because you just want to be a part, but the truth is you have to. And that's why I said we need to start making circles for affluent black people that actually want to be great, so you don't have to feel like you got to fit in with people that still want to put you last because you're dark-skinned, because you're black. You know what I'm talking about? It's facts. Gotta say it like that. Yeah. You don't want to have to keep having to make your problems quiet because you're darker than them. No. Go where people value you. Yeah. So I hope y'all get this message with love. Stay safe out there. And try to stay positive, because if you don't see no ice running around in your backyard and on the street, you know, try to turn off the fear mongering of the internet and your phone. Because even with this motherfucking soft ass snow, I was like, damn, I really felt like, it was like, shit, this might be the last day on earth. And only for the streets to be just cleared up within 2 days. I thought we was about to be in here for weeks and we wasn't. So protect your psyche, protect your mental, protect what you watch. And what you pay attention to grows. Control your focus, control what you give your energy to. Because when you don't give your energy to what you don't, can't touch you. Okay? See y'all. If you, the Black Queen prevails once again. Put the dark-skinned woman first. Put the dark-skinned woman first. Put the dark-skinned woman first. Another thing I want to say is, to be the standard, you have to look good. Master your skill. Master your speech. What else? You gotta stand alone. You know, when you're in a group as a dark-skinned person, yeah, we already know where people are still trying, are unlearning, but we know the statistics of these politics. That's why you gotta stand alone to stand out as a dark-skinned person. And really anybody, if you really want what all comes for you, you gotta advocate for yourself, because when you advocate for yourself, you get the benefits of it. And if you feel like you want to share with those, you can, because it's really hard to stand on blackness, because it's such a personal thing, but yet still collective at the same time. You know what I mean? When it comes to the blackness, it's very personal, but yet collective. And it's really about your story. Because what do we know these are greats, the great black people that we have in our ancestors for? Their story and what they did. And it'll always be about that. This is why you gotta be the standard. Yeah. I know. You know, but with people like me here, at some point, as I continue to grow and be the standard, we will be able to create our affluent circles for black people. You know, we can't let people that want to be bad examples, because sometimes when you cry in a certain type of way, you still get what you want, but you don't get the shit that actually matters, like the authority and the trust and the respect. Because a lot of the times people want to be seen as an example because they're crying about it, but then there's people who become the example because they get over what you're crying about, and they grow from it, and they learn, and they heal, and they're able to lead and guide others through what you're crying about as a black person. So yeah, master your speech, master your look, master your skill. Stand alone and don't give up, because you just never know when the Lord is coming back. You just don't know when, because he said that the first shall be the last and the last shall be the first. Who's been last? Dark-skinned people. Everybody knows that, and we know why. So now that it's time for God to collect, I hope you've been doing your work. Have you been doing your work? Have you been keeping clean? Have you been keeping up? Have you not been letting up on your skills and your passion that you, and your dream that really comes from your heart, and not because the next person has it, or not just because it makes a lot of money? Because if you ask me, this generation chose money over their blackness. They chose gang affiliation over their blackness. And this is why the world is going crazy, because this generation really doesn't hold on to that as much, but we're starting to see people come back out because of what's going on right now. You know, with people like Paul Birdsong, I know a lot of people were upset with him taking a stance and continuing on the Black Panther legacy, but unfortunately, you know, he spoke with the elders and they have to separate themselves, to prove themselves as the Black Lions for this generation. That's what he's doing. And it's just so crazy that when a man stands up in his masculinity and protects, no matter who he's protecting, no matter what race it is, when he stands up and protects somebody, it's fake. See, they want to call Paul Birdsong fake for standing up for anything at all, but they praise YNs for doing nothing. At the end of the day, Black men, you've never been known to protect Black women or any woman. Matter of fact, give the man a chance. Like, and if y'all want to call that fake, well, somebody needs to outdo him in being the example, because that's what a real man's doing. What he's doing, that's a real man. That's a real motherfucking man. That's why I'm gonna cook Paul Birdsong plantanos with the rice and chicken and beans. I'm gonna rub his back and his feet, because that's what the king gets when he does his job. Something none of y'all ever did. That's what you get when you stand up for people. You want to say, because it was a white woman, so he shouldn't be standing up. At least he's standing up, period. Like, somebody got to take care of that, what's going on right now. And clearly, it's not going to be the Black man, because he doesn't want to protect anyone but himself. Still. Yeah, Black people do deserve to be like, yeah, we don't have to fight. But once again, like, Black man, you've never been known to stand up for anybody but yourself. And barely even that, because the Black woman always comes and does the job. The Black woman always gets the job done. Still, let that man let somebody. This is the first time we've ever seen someone from this generation of men actually stand up for anything. Give him a chance. Like, what have y'all ever stood up for? From this generation, actually. And it doesn't matter what his past is. People change, people grow. He just wants to help. He just wants to do something. Give him a chance. Because that's what a real man does. So if standing up for anybody in a certain type of way is fake, then give me him. Then give me a fake motherfucker. Y'all would know a real man if he slapped you in the face with a 10-inch dick. Facts. That's a real man, if you ask me. You know, but we'll see. And it doesn't matter if he does turn out fake. Someone needs to go ahead and be a better example than what he's doing. Instead of just sitting on the internet and crying about, oh, he's so fake. Please. Because at the end of the day, when you have to protect, that's what keeps your dick hard. That's what keeps you strong. That's why all you pussy ass niggas on this sweet ass honey pack now, because you're soft as fuck, because you don't protect or provide.